welcome back to It Gets So Lonely Here, where the princess is most likely going to kill our beloved main character. And that's not a good thing. Back to the story. Or perhaps, in your anxious states, you are only imagining that there is something sinister about her smile. It is easy to see things which do not really exist when your surroundings are fascinated in shadow. In actuality, however, the princess does not look any different to how she usually does. Neither is she acting any differently to you, to the way she usually acts. She has not changed. It is only your perspective of her that has changed. Of course, you're freaking white, chained up in a nightgown, surrounded by people that are eternally sleeping. So, yep, perspective. Tremendously. How you ask the princess? Yeah. You ask the princess what she means. A question the princess is only too happy to answer. It's simple, really. Like I said, you were wondering, weren't you? Why there weren't any guards or any servants in the castle when you first arrived here. The question had crossed your mind, yes. Is it sad that I kind of guess that she's most likely gonna kill us? That's the sad part. You are sure that the princess said her mistress sent them away, though. Was that a lie? I wasn't being wholly truthful, no. I thought you would be afraid of me if you knew what had actually happened. And I didn't want that. I wanted you to stay with me. My mistress, my ministers didn't send anybody away because I didn't have any ministers. I dispatched of them too. Oh. Did she now? Yep. That's not the best way, but to freaking slowly kill your subjects, but dear God, it works really well. Then they trust the ministers and don't see the ministers. You suppose you ought not be surprised, but you still shudder regardless. My ministers weren't very much fun. I'm afraid they had a lot of ideas about what I should and shouldn't do after my parents died. The princess stares at you, her eyes wide like black holes, empty, yawning abysses. So I killed them. I killed my servants too. Though I did a more thorough job with them than I did my ministers. I did not care for my ministers, you see. They were all filthy old men. But I did love my servants. Okay. I loved my ladies' maids, and my undermaids, and my scullery maids, and my housekeepers, and my cooks, my large routine of retainers. Shit. They were like family. They raised me in my parents' absence, and I adored them. They were so very dear to me that I had no real choice. I had to eat them. True. Does that follow? Not logically, no. Huh. At least we know she experimented with cannibalism. Don't tell me the next one we're gonna go to is gonna be even worse than this. Why? You asked the princess, your voice trembling. Would you eat the people that you love? It seems a poor way to repay them for their kindness. Well, why wouldn't you eat the people that you love? I don't think could be any greater way of showcasing one's gratitude. Unless you have any better ideas. That's a good question. I'm going to decrease the volume on the recording software a tiny bit. You weren't expecting the princess to turn the tables on you quite like this. And dumbfounded, you stare at her. You know, precious little about love yourself. So it is hard for you to form a convincing rebuttal. But you muster up a few token arguments. You tell the princess that eating people isn't very nice, and neither is strictly legal. Yeah, a better way to show your gratitude to your servants would be to increase wages or increase holidays. The princess listens to your arguments, her expressions astute, like a student poisoned to take poised to take notes in a very important lecture. Once you finish, however, her concentration fails her. Her shoulders begin to shake, but it's not with remorse for what she has done. Instead, she is laughing. Which, I think we're gonna have our main character die. Unless we can find a way to get out. Oh, dear one, that's very funny. But why should I care about the law? I'm a princess. One day I'll be the queen. I am the law. So, God complex. Got it. That is a good point. But would eating people not turn her subjects against her? What subjects? I'm no fool, you know, no matter how I might act. I know what happens beyond the castle walls. I know about the plague. Once I might have had a populace to govern, but they are all gone. Now I'm a princess, in nothing but name only, a monarch without any subjects. Okay, don't you think that's sad? I know I do. It's so woefully lonely. She feel If she feels lonely, then why has she been systematically slaughtering all of her domestics? It doesn't make a lick of sense. Perhaps not to you. G- Gently, the princess caresses your cheek. But I shouldn't judge you too harshly. As much as I like you, dear one, you are a commoner. Perhaps you can't understand the interarticle of my thoughts. Well, who knows? Pri- Privately, you doubt that anybody would be able to understand the the instructions of the princess thoughts process, largely because it is unreasonable. You do not. I don't. You do not say that. Though instead, you ask her that only question. The only question you can think to ask with your weary throat, which is for some short from shouting. Why? Why? You ask? The princess blinks. It's because I don't want you to leave me, of course. Okay. Everybody leaves sooner or later. Whether they have plagued their allegiance to me or not. That is simply the way of the world. People are fickle and innocent and instant, even to me, a monarch. That is why I decided to eat my servants. I had no choice. You see, it was the only way to ensure that they would never leave me. Okay. Why, when you think about it, they should be grateful that uh, I would deem myself so to consume their flesh and blood. I am a magamous ruler. You see, and I treat all my subjects equally. Okay. I love every single one of you. And naturally, I love you too. You have been awfully nice to me. And you are very pretty alongside it. Okay. If you were plain, if you were a plain ugly girl, perhaps, I would not shower you with all the affection quite as intense as this. But you've captivated my heart. I think you're lovely. Yep, she's gonna most likely kill us. So I'll bestow upon you the highest honor I can convince of. I want your body to mix with mine. Then we can stay together forever and ever. The princess leans in, and you can feel her soft, silken hair brushing against your cheeks. Well, you can feel. to the warmth of her breath as it goes against your skin. It is cold in the dungeon, but the princess's close proximity is perverse through. This might sound something of a comfort. Her eyes are wide, her lips are red. Her smile, meanwhile, is so sweet. I've been I've been doing my best to fulfill the role that fate has distincted from me, but really, the princess exhales. And from here, I think it's the best time to end the episode. We question what the heck she's gonna do next. So, I hope you guys have a great time and a great day too. Well, I'm gonna do this, and I hope all you guys have a great day too. So I'll see you guys next time.